Today's episode is brought to you by Honey. Honey's going to save you some money when you shop online. Also, today we're brought to you by Babbel. Babbel is going to get you learning all them languages so you can shop everywhere online. Also, today we're brought to you by HelloFresh. HelloFresh going to get you that good food delivered right to your home. Now let's jump into this podcast.
Hello, everybody, it's time for Ghost and Crendor.
Ghost and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4-hour recording studio. Recording. Wake your ass up, it's up next Crendor in the morning.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode of Ghost and Crendor in the morning.
Yeah, excitement.
Oh, you coming in hot today.
Hot today. It's actually pretty hot outside. Maybe that's why.
Maybe that is why. Is that why you're full of energy?
Well, it's also been 2 weeks since we last recorded, so
that's true. Well, look,
up.
So it was Mother's Day, and it is also my birthday and my mom's birthday. We're very close together.
Trifecta.
So yeah, we did like a hat trick of a weekend in Vegas because my mom wanted to go there, and so that's where we went, and it was absolutely fine. I learned I am not Vegas and we get along as long as I'm not in a casino. I learned once again that I suck at gambling. I can't be around gambling. There was a point in time I was up $746 and I was like, yeah, baby. And then the next day I lost all of it. And on day 2 of a 4-day trip, I was like, I can't gamble anymore. I can't. My wallet was empty. I refused to go get more money. I'm like, I'm not meant for this. And my parents then were like, here, take our winnings. By the way, my mom always wins. Always. And it's so upsetting. Because then she'll be like, well, I won some here. Take this ticket. I won some money. And I'm like, please don't give this to me. Please. And then I'll just lose it in like 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
She'll go to the slot machines and play the penny slots and sit there for like 45 minutes and walk away with like $100. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I'll do the penny slots too. 2 minutes, all my money's gone. I'm like, how does this happen?
Dude, I remember first time I went to a casino. I was like 21. They're like, we gotta go to the casino. And so we went, and I won like $120. And I was like, dude, this is great. And I've never won since, like never. And so I gamble like 15 minutes. I'm like, I'm good. It's my once a year, lose my $50 or whatever I spend on it.
I think it's the gamer mentality in me where I'm just like, one more try, one more turn,
Yeah.
right? And the problem is that's not how you should be at a casino. So I was playing craps. I was doing that thing where, so at first, because it was a minimum $5 bet, right? For any chip on the board. So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to start really low. So I do 5. Oh, that 5 turned into 10. Okay, I'm going to take that extra 5 and put that here. Oh, that 1. Okay, now I have 20. All right, so I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do and so I'm like, put them down. At one point in time, I think I had like $200 on the board. I was everywhere. And every time someone rolled the dice, I was just like, oh, did I win again? Oh my God. And then just like that, day 2, I come back thinking, here I go. I'm going to start right where I was before rather than slow and steady like I did before. I was like, I'm going in because you got to spend money to make money, baby. Play hard, win hard. Let's go. Lost it all. Like, it was maybe 30 minutes. I was like, how? Why did you do this, Jesse? Like, I just failed so completely. Yeah, so that sucked. But what sucked even worse is that while walking around, I don't know what I did. It might have been the alcohol. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But I clearly twisted my ankle. It hurt bad. But because it was my mom's weekend and I didn't want to be like a dick, I was like, I'll walk. Like, it hurts, but I'll walk. And so we walked around. We did some stuff. Terrible decision. The last day that we were there, I guess it was Sunday or something. The last day, my foot hurt so bad that every step was excruciating. And I must have been a miserable piece of shit. I feel bad for my mom and dad because I didn't want to talk. You know how when you get in that pain where it hurts so bad, you just want to be left alone? My parents can't do that. They can't just leave me be. So we be walking around or we be at dinner or something, and I'm sitting there trying not to focus on the fact that my leg hurts so bad and I just need to not be on it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to be like a good son and do stuff with them. And so I told them, look, my foot hurts. I messed it up. Please keep that in mind. And they kept asking me questions and talking to me, and we'd be walking places and they'd be asking me like, how much further is it? And all I want to say in my head was like, oh my God, shut up. You don't think I'm thinking how much further it is? I'm in pain. And they're like, where's this place at? Where are we going? I'm like, oh my God. So I definitely snapped at them a few times. It was like, read the room. I was like, I'm in so much pain right now. So then we come back. We get off the plane. I'm like, I'm going to go rest. I'm going to go chill out. I'm going to go put my foot up. And I did. And I'm fine. Everything turns out okay. I'm in the office Tuesday, just like doing stuff. Everything's fine. Wednesday, the pain's still there kind of, which is weird. That doesn't seem normal. And so, back to doing stuff. Wake up Thursday on my birthday. My ankle is swollen, just like throbbing. I'm like, what? So I go see a doctor, and my doctor's like, yeah, so you sprained your ankle. Did you stay off of it? And I was like, well, not really. And he's like, well, what were you doing? And I was like, well, I was walking around Vegas. He's like, why were you walking around Vegas? And so I spent all my birthday for, I'm going to say 18 hours in bed. And I did nothing. I went in, recorded news, went home, did not I cannot express to you the amount of pain. Going from my bed to the bathroom, which is, I'm going to say 12 steps total. It was rough. I had to hold on to the bed. I had to hold on to the wall. Every step was painful. And at one point I was laying in bed, I was like, I should just ask someone to cut it off. I should just get rid of it, replace it with a boot. I can't do it. It's like, is this my life now? Is this who I am? And then I woke up the next day after being off of it for about 18 hours and I was fine. I woke up, my foot was fine. It was a little tender, but I was walking okay. I was like, well, no, all right. I'm just a big crybaby. Well, it sucked.
That does sound like it sucked. I mean, didn't the only thing I saw from your trip was your mom with that, what do you call it? She was like dancing at the crazy bar.
She was dancing. We went to a very good Mexican restaurant. It someplace in Vegas. I can't remember what it's called, but woo, it was delicious. And the best part was for dessert. We were in Vegas. So if you're going to go to Vegas, get a dessert, live your life. We couldn't decide between, and this is how I knew it was trouble. One dish was a quinoa, some type of cinnamon puddingy thing, but the cup was a pineapple, and it was also pineapple flavor. So delicious. That was so good. My dad literally started eating the pineapple cup because he was into it. And then the other thing my mom got was 3 little ice creams, and they were flavors that I couldn't describe to you. One, I think, was a berry something, and one I think was pineapple, and one I think it was like vanilla or a tres leches or something. But in the back, there was like a heat to it. So when you ate it, it was creamy, but at the end, it was like spicy. I don't know what was going on there. I just munched on all the things on the table. I was like, ooh, thank you. It was great. Loved it. Big fan. So yeah, we did that stuff. That's where my mom was dancing. But what was the best part of the trip actually was the most podcast worthy, which was the very, very beginning. Day one, I think I might have been recognized 5 times, which was very weird. But the first time I was recognized by someone was on the plane. Shout out to this dude. Seemed like a cool dude. But the entire flight, I'm sitting next to this woman who we're flying to Vegas from LA. So imagine the most typical LA older woman you can.
Oh, I can.
But also Vegas-y. So the best way to describe her is she had the body of a 23-year-old, but the face of a 70-year-old.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, she doesn't talk to me at all through the entire flight, except for maybe to move where her water is or something, right?
Mm.
And so we land. The guy in front of me stands up as we're getting off the plane. He's like, "Yo, are you Jesse Cox?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh man, I didn't want to say anything." I said, "No, it's all good, dude." I like gave him a pound, and we were sitting there having a conversation. The woman next to me, this woman from I don't know what era of Vegas or LA, she looks at me, and I swear to God, pulls down her. She had, how this isn't a thing I hate, by the way. This isn't a thing I hate. Women, keep this up, please. You know how there are those sweaters that are barely a sweater and has like a deep V that some women wear, and it's literally just for like sweater cleavage?
I think I know what
you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like a kind of a knit sweater. Anyway, she had one of those on, and she like hikes this thing down the minute she hears him talking. So now I'm going to say I went from 20% boob to like 50% boob.
Oh, I looked it up. I know what you mean.
Yeah, and so she pulls this thing down, and I'm like, okay, what's happening here? And then she's like, "Are you famous?" I was like, "No, hardly. No, I'm not famous." And she's like, "Oh, what do you do?" And the guy was like, "Oh, he like plays video games and stuff." And I was like, yeah. And she's like, "Oh, do you make games?" I was like, "I do." And then she like gave me this look that I guess that's what people see when someone is like, "How can I use this person?" I don't like, it was a weird vibe. I've never seen this look before in my life, but it definitely wasn't attraction. It was like, is there a scheme I can execute here? I don't know how to describe it. It was a weird vibe. And I was like, "Yeah, well, it's a living. It's what I do." And the guy was like, "All right, dude, I'll see you later." And so he leaves. And then my dad, I don't know if he blocked off this woman or like walked in front of her in order to let me leave, but it was so funny because I just got out. I was like, nah, Nana, I'm not gonna mess with that. Like, I make jokes, but I don't know. It was real awkward. I was like, "Oh, okay, well, have a good day."
Yeah, that's some sort of scheming going on. 100%.
Yeah, I definitely recognized that her face changed when dealing with me. Like, I could see it in her eyes and in her smile and stuff. But it wasn't like, "Ooh, I'm about to be flirtatious." It was more of a, "Ooh, I'm about to be Machiavellian." And she just didn't look like a person who was up to good. And I'm like, "Okay, well,
how can I get some money out of this guy?"
Yes, yeah, it had that vibe to it. And yeah. I'm glad. I don't know if my dad recognized it or he was just clumsily in the way. Either way, big save.
Yeah, I like to imagine your dad was just clumsily in the way, just like, "Whoa."
I don't know that he noticed right away. He probably noticed the guy talking to me, but I don't think he noticed the woman, although she was very loudly being like, "Are you famous?" Like, "Oh boy, here we go." She's like, "I didn't know I was sitting next to a famous person the whole time."
Okay, yeah, one of those.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Like, that's what set it off. I think when she said, "I didn't know I was sitting next to a famous person the whole time," like, in some way that would have changed our interaction on this less than 1 hour flight. Like, okay.
Well, I would have been talking with you more if I would have known I could get something out of you.
Right,
oh my God.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. See you. Enjoy Vegas. See you later."
Yeah. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it was a real treat.
Yeah. At least your ankle's better too.
Yeah. It was just, I should just listen to people instead of work my ass off I really should just base everything off of your life.
You're
like, "I keep hurting my back." I'm like, "What'd you do?" He's like, "Well, I went to the gym today, even though I shouldn't go to the gym. And I did a lateral press on my exterior glutamus. Yeah. And then I broke my back." And I'm like, "Well, why'd you do that?" And you're like, "I don't know."
Exactly.
That's pretty much what happened to me. I was like, "I hurt my leg." "Well, why did you walk for 4 days?" "I don't know. I got places to go."
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just want to go. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to go.
Yep.
Speaking of going, I went to
nice.
I went to Anime Con. Hold on. Anime Central. That's what it was. Okay.
Anime Central. Is it Chicago Anime Central or just Anime Central?
It's just Anime Central. I guess it's like one of the biggest anime things in the Midwest.
The Central is probably because it's like in the middle of the country.
Yeah. So like I think all the states around and like, people
Sure.
from ever come here, whatever. So we had friends that went there and they were like, hey, like we can get you passes if you want to go. And I was like, I mean, listen, I don't really care about anime, but what I do care about is the people watching and just walking around. Plus, it's just like I like being at a con and just like in the environment and everything. I'm like, all right. So we went and it was everything I expected it to be.
Go on.
So it's just a lot of anime watchers, as you can imagine.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, you don't need to explain anymore. I already have a perfect visual.
Yep. Just it was just a lot of that. Just walking around, seeing like art. People were drawing. They had like art booths. There's just so many anime. I just had no idea what any of it is. I feel like how people feel when I talk about sports. You know what I mean? Like they're just like
Yes, I actually kind of do. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you talk about sports, it's like, oh yeah, I know the main ones. Like I know LeBron James. I know like Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. Like the big things. Like I know Attack on Titan. Like I know Demon Slayer. Like all these. But then you see like Kirabatsu's Journey to Dragonland, and I'm like, what the shit? And everyone's like, dude, you haven't seen Kirabatsu's Journey to Dragonland? Are you some sort of idiot? And I'm like, apparently. And like there's so much of that, and it like overwhelmed me. But I was like, listen, I don't care. I'm just here to walk around, take in the environment. Go to a few panels. I always like going to panels because it's just like, I don't know, you just like chill in the back in a chair and you just like can browse your phone a bit and then listen to the panel. It's just like I like the environment of the panel room, and you're just like listening. So one of the panels was like,
I was about to say, what panels were you just listening?
Well, the one panel was voice acting. So
who would have been a guest at the voice acting panel? Was it American or
well, they had a
Japanese?
big anime dub voice competition.
Oh boy.
This was the finals. All right. And so it was like the top 10 or whatever. And so what they would do is like there was like 5 people on the stage. There was one dude who was just like, all right, everybody, this is how we're going to do it. And we're part of the voice acting anime school of acting. Listen, I don't know. I don't even know if this is like strictly anime or if it's like voice acting. I'm like, whatever. But they're like, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a script and you just read the script, and that's how we do it in the industry. Like you come into the studio, they're like, this is your character, and then you do it. Which I was like, that seems like not enough prep time to get into a character, right?
I mean this in like the nicest way to the industry. You're absolutely correct. It's stupid as hell.
Like, why do they do that?
There's times where people will get a script day of and have no context for what they're recording and be told, okay, so you're Guji, the 3-headed warrior who is fighting the hero in this scene. This is your character art. And all right, go. And you're like, what? And sometimes you're doing VO to the actual scene that already exists. And so there's little like beep, 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 like lead-ins, or you'll see it on the screen. So they're trying to do mouth matching or what. Like there's so many different ways to do it. I'm gonna let you know. It is a skill I don't have, and I also think is really stupid. Like of all the skills, last minute getting it right is not something I think is good. But I guess people have it.
I just don't get why they don't just send them the script early. Like, do they not have it early? Like
sometimes they may not have it early. Sometimes they don't want people to know or to be able to spoil stuff or to put it out there. Like, or sometimes they send them fake stuff. When I used to do a lot of voiceover auditions back in the early 2000s, I would get lines of dialogue to read, or I would get copy of scripts and whatever, and it would be fake. It wouldn't even be for they just want to hear what voice or like how it would read or what yeah, or they didn't know what they wanted. This is a story I always tell, and since I just rebeat the Mass Effect trilogy, Mass Effect 3, the James Vega, the character that is Freddie Prinze Jr. in that, I auditioned for that character way back when. I was one of like the last few people that they were going to pick from, And obviously they went with the celebrity, and then but the thing is that the character originally was not named Vega. He was not like Hispanic in any way. He was based off of Captain Kirk from Star Trek, like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. And so I might have watched that movie 12 times in order to like get the affectation, like get the character, like his attitude. And I busted my ass. And in the end, they were like, yeah, we decided to change him completely because we wanted to fit the celebrity that we wanted to be the voice. And it's like, you're totally fine doing that. But what I know that means is that a lot of that character was last minute and probably done. Freddie Prinze Jr. probably did a lot of work helping create that character.
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine. Because it seemed very last minute they made the change.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the industry. That's kind of the
that
vibe.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I also assume, especially like anime, it's like, we gotta pump these out, right? Like the episode 8,000. So you're just like, all right, here's the script, go. All right, can you do it? Okay, next person if you can't. Like
that's one of the funny things about it is when you look at like anime voice actors, if you look at their list of credits, almost everyone is like, yeah, I was in an episode of Pokemon and One Piece. And you're like, well, yeah, that makes sense. There's about 8 billion of those.
Yeah. That's the other reason I can't get into a lot of those. There's like, you just got to get to like episode 70 and that's good. I'm like, I'm not going to watch episode 7 or 70 episodes of this before it gets good. I can just do anything else. Like,
yeah. And a lot of the time when I watch anime, it's like I'll start from the beginning and this is, of course, I haven't sat down to watch an anime and I can't even tell you how long. But when I used to, mostly because I was trying to make a girl that I was dating continue to want to sleep with me.
Classic. Yeah.
Yeah, most of what we watch, it would be like the first 10, 14 episodes, amazing. And then there'd be a hard cut at 15 or 16, and it'd be downhill the rest of the way. And it didn't matter how many episodes there were, it would just suck. There were very few anime that I was like, boy, I'm so glad we stuck with it. And then then you're right. The other flip side is it sucks. And then like 100 hours in, it's the best thing ever. I'm like, well, can I just skip to it? Nope, you can't do it. You got it. The whole process is what makes it good.
The characters. They're built up.
And I'm like, I don't have the time to do that.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like I can just do anything else. I can go for a walk, I can go to the gym. I can work on things. I can paint Warhammer. Like I'd probably just rather do all those things. I guess I can paint while watching something, but then you're not getting your full attention. And then I'd rather just watch other things. I think I'm just not a big anime person. I think that's what it boils down to.
I think a lot of it has to do with just the fact that a lot of anime is a little, I don't want to say over the top, but the anime affectations and the anime, like a lot of it is just a little too much for me. It's like that one time I went to that bar and people were doing goofy karaoke about video games, and we were just like, maybe we're too nerdy for this. Like, there's a point of my nerdiness where I'm like, nah, that's too much for me.
Yeah.
Like I can appreciate, but it's not for me.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon karaoke. There's like Charizard, Blastoise, here we go. I was like, listen, I am not gonna do this.
Yeah, there's some people who clearly that's super fun for, and bless. Yeah. But I was like, I'm gonna need a drink. It's. I think I get like secondhand embarrassment where I'm just like, oh, they're really singing.
And it doesn't even matter if the people there are also like, yeah, this will be fun if you do it. Like it doesn't matter. I'm embarrassed for myself. Back to this thing.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, here's your script, right? And you just got to do it off the top of your head, right? So there's all these people. And they'd give them the script, and then they had like one girl who was like doing the on-site editing on like a laptop. So that thing was like running terribly. And they were like, yeah, normally we run this on like 2 supercomputers and not like a MacBook Air. So, and they had to reboot it once, like a hard reboot. And then they would be like, all right, but here you go. So they'd give them the line and it plays the Japanese version. And then they're like, all right, and now you go. And then it's just like beep, 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 and then they would go and do their line. And so they had there's this one woman who was like an actual Japanese like voice actor, like what what do you call it? Like the person who actually works with voice actors like constantly. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you
a
know,
producer
who
person.
it was? Do you have any idea?
I heard her name a few times. She reminded me of Marie Kondo, but with anime voice.
That's not helpful at all.
All right.
That's do you remember anything about her name?
No.
All right. Well, that's usually when it comes to like directors like that, I probably know, but
You probably would, yeah. But
you're not helpful at all.
I am. This is like if I'm like, oh, you watch sports? Who was the like middle linebacker? Do you know? Like, did you?
Right.
So anyway, there's her, and then there was 2 other judges, and then the like main guy, and he was just like directing them. But I guess he was like a teacher at this school of voice acting as well. So they all knew what they were doing. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to all these people, and I'm gonna figure out who I think should be like the top 3, because that's what they're doing. It's like the top 3 get like scholarships to this voice thing, or like they get a paid thing. They got to go to California, whatever.
Sure.
And so I was like listening, and some people I was like, oh, that's pretty good, and then some I was like, yo, that was pretty good. Like they were actually really good, and like some of them actually adjusted really well. Like they would be like, these are my friends, and we will defeat the enemy. And they're like, you gotta go faster. There's no commas in anime. And he's just like, I will defeat the enemy. There's no way. And then I was like, all right, okay, yeah, you gotta adjust. And so some people were just not. They just like couldn't pick up the pace of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that's a skill to stick with something that already exists.
Yeah,
that's tough.
It is.
I've tried to do that. I'm bad at it.
I don't think I'd be good at it either. Like I would, because they were being like, oh, how many people here would want to come up and do this or whatever? And I was like, listen, I like doing my dumb voices for like my videos, but I don't want to like actually go up there and have someone like direct you and like have to do lines over and over and then do another one and then like be like, all right, you better like this character you are. And then if people don't like your character, they're like, you're the dumb idiot from the show I don't like. You voiced them. And it's like, okay. Right? Like that happens to a lot of people where it's like, all right, you're gonna be King Joffrey in Game of Thrones and everyone's gonna hate you. Right? Like, and then you get people that are just always mad at you. Like, I don't want that. So
yep. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So after all the people went, I was like, all right, I think this one girl was really good. She was like this really good dragon girl. And I was like, I think she's going to win. Like she was like the best one. And she came in second. So I was like, you know what? I was pretty good in my scouting. And the number one, the winner was like this one guy that like went insane. Like he was this guy he was like running around. He like fell on the ground, or like he was like, "Wah!" And I was like, it felt like
what?
Yeah, they were
what
like
do you mean he went insane and fell on I thought it was voice acting. What do you mean? What do you mean?
But when they announced the winners, he like was sitting down, and so he's like, "Wah!" He's like going crazy. He's like running around. Like his friend, like I honestly don't even remember. They like popped these like thingies that were really loud, like the confetti shooting, like pop. And I was like, bah.
Wait, the friends had them already?
No, I guess the people working there, I didn't know what was happening. All right. I'm like an old man.
I can tell this is kind of a blur for you.
Yeah, I'm an old man outside of my environment. And so I was just like, what's going on?
Where am I? Who is this?
So
I'm scared.
And I was like, all right. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. And then after that, we walked around a bit more and then went home and got stuck in the parking garage. And like, my God, I think somebody bumped into someone else. So it like blocked the people getting out, and they had to pull over, but they couldn't pull over because there was cars blocking them. So and it just backed the entire parking garage up for like 20 minutes. And so wait,
hold on.
What?
Hold on. Why? What? I guess I don't understand.
Well, because the car hit the other car in the parking garage, like exit line, right? So it's like,
how on earth does that? Hey, you know what? Never mind. You literally just described a guy who freaked out because he wanted and like ran around and people popped stuff. I guarantee, of course, a car crash is going to happen because they weren't paying attention. Like, never mind. You don't have to explain that to me at all.
It was definitely someone not paying attention in the thing. There were some crazy drivers. Like, they're crazy. The anime people drive like madmen.
Were there any anime cars?
Anime. Oh, there were a decent amount of anime cars. Yes.
Okay, good. You know, there's got to be some anime
with the,
cars.
like little anime stickers popping up on the window. Like it's
not just stickers. I'm talking about the ones where they like
decked out,
stick a half naked woman on the side of the car, and she's like kawaii or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, there. I'd say at least 5 I saw.
Their license plate says Aura on it or something.
Yep. Oh my god, I saw one of those the other day. Not even at an anime con. It was literally that decked out, and it just said, "Oh my god, what did it say?" It was something about something I can't say on this pod. I was like, all right. Oh my god, that was the car. This wasn't even an anime car. I just saw a car that had a bumper sticker. It said "I eat ass." That was it. That's what they had a bumper sticker on their car.
How do they? All right. I thought for a minute I thought a license plate. And I was sitting there trying to do the math on how they fit that many letters.
Yeah. And I was like, well, all right, we know that about them. So yeah, it was. I also played a Crunchyroll crane game, and I won a small cat man.
What on earth does that mean?
Well, it's a guy in a cat suit that's a plushie, and I won it because the crane went down and grabbed it, and then I got it.
Okay, I mean, like I understand how crane games work. Right. I'm saying, is this Catman something a person would know, or is it just a cat, like a man in a cat suit?
Someone would know. Me, no. I would not know.
Okay, that's all that matters. Yeah, all right, I'm fine.
And
if you don't know, I don't care.
I gave it to the toaster woman, but I don't even think she knew who the Catman was. But you know, we got one.
I feel like you got to take a photo and put it on Twitter or something.
It's from Haikyuu.
Haikyuu?
That's probably not right. There's already people yelling at me.
Haikyuu sounds like the most made up show ever.
That's probably just my pronunciation of it.
Haikyuu sucks. Haikyuu.
Oh, it's volleyball?
Wait, why is he in a cat suit if it's volleyball?
I don't know. Let's see. Haikyuu 2014 to 20. It's been going 6 years. Wait, it went 6 years. I think it's done. I just want to know how to say it. Do they have like a Haikyuu pronunciation? Here we go. How to say? Oh wait, Haikyuu. Haikyuu. What? Hold on.
Yes.
Okay. It's Haikyuu. So it's Haikyuu? Haikyuu.
I've never seen anyone try so hard to figure out something so stupid.
Either way, this was all an experience. I'm glad I got to experience it, and I'm probably not gonna watch. It didn't inspire me to watch anime, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell you're real, and you're like, you know what? I'm converted. I'm gonna watch all. I'm gonna start with One Piece and see where it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So, but it was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to get out and like see stuff. That's the thing where, like, I'll see photos of an anime convention or like a Ren fair, and I'll be like, oh, that looks so cringe and like I would hate being there. But then when I go there and I'm in it, I'm kind of like, all right, this is fun.
Yeah,
this is fun. Okay.
Yeah, like you walk around, you just take it all in. It's more about experiencing the environment, you know.
Yeah, I think the reason why I think it's a little cringe is because all the time I see photos of people at like cons or people at like Ren fairs, it's them sort of doing their thing, like they're making it about themselves. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
And it comes off as a little cringy, like, this is my crew. We all dressed up as pirates, and we're going to get you. Show me that booty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it starts bordering that thing we were talking about, right? Like the karaoke nerd stuff where it's like, all right, this is getting a little too nerdy for me.
Yeah. It's just like a little too much. It's just like, like tone it back. We're at an 11. Let's hit like a 9 and I'll be fine. Like, you don't have to go too far back, but just like a little bit.
Yeah. So that's pretty neat. It also made me wonder if I could do an anime voice. right? Like, I feel like I could probably do one. But I feel like I'd have more fun doing cartoons, like actual like cartoons.
Hold on, give me an anime voice.
Like, okay, if I had the anime off the spot, I would just be
your name is Fatsuma.
Okay.
And you are a high schooler who has found himself in an alternate reality where he is a brave warrior.
All right.
And you've just discovered that you're this brave warrior, but you're actually just a high schooler. Go.
My name is Fatsuma, and I arrived here on. I just sounded like a ghost hunter.
Here's the thing. That was very good.
All right.
That was very good,
All right.
because then I could be his friend, Gigi. Gigi is a little tiny gremlin.
Okay, yeah.
But he has the voice of his old high school friend named Juju.
Right.
And he's like, I don't know, Fatsuma-san. What are we going to do?
One thing we need to do is find our friends, because friendship is the thing that will solve our problems.
That's why you're so smart and the greatest warrior ever lived.
I am a pretty cool warrior, but something just doesn't feel right.
What's the matter, Fatsuma-san?
I don't know, but we're going to have to find out soon.
And then the shadows form, and he's like,
Ho, 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 ho. You thought you could defeat me? I am the Dark Lord.
Oh no, the Dark Lord's here.
and then, but the Dark Lord also has a suspiciously sexy, like, snake girl with him. And she's like, Ada, Ada. Oh.
Oh no, my biggest weakness. Snake girls. Oh,
I hope she doesn't coil around me.
Oh no, she's doing it. She's coiling around you and suffocating you.
She's squeezing me so tight.
Oh God, how are you gonna get out of this one?
I'm gonna let her squeeze me.
Oh man, some people have to pay for this.
It's my fetish.
That's it. That's the episode.
Yeah, it's the greatest 32 minutes you've ever watched.
32 minutes.
It's a long first episode.
That's true. Yeah, it's a long first episode. Yeah. I feel like that's the only voice I could do is just like my friends, because like everything else is like I can only do like I can do like old grunty man, but like I can only do grunts.
Well, I think you and I could be him. Like, what? You could be the old grunty man, and I'd be like, I don't know what these whippersnappers are up to, but you won't find anything in the Cave of Despair.
Oh, the Cave of Despair.
What was that voice?
I don't know. That's what I was feeling. Like, yeah, you just got
Cave of Despair.
and they'd be like, "What's wrong with him?" Like, he just kind of grunts. Occasionally says,
He's got the grunts, he does. Yeah, we should just make an anime. I think everything would be good.
We could make an anime. It probably would be
easy.
Yeah, it's easy. We could do it.
All you gotta do is draw some stupid doodles, and then you're fine. It's easy.
You just whip open Microsoft Paint, you know, draw some stuff up.
Yeah.
Before you know it, we got ourselves an anime.
Not even worth worrying about.
Yeah. Not even.
Yeah, we'll do all the voices. We'll do everything.
Are you kidding me?
Watch out! Although our anime characters sound like the most annoying. There's not one.
You need a couple of those.
Yeah, but the main character has to be like the character all the ladies want to like bang the voice of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. We do need.
He's got to look a little effeminate, but also his hair is really big for some reason.
That's 100%. That's very true. But yeah,
if
and
he's
then
not paper thin, if he's not like very skinny, almost like a stick.
Yeah.
But he has like a deep, sexy voice. Like, what is the point?
Yeah.
What are we even doing?
Because then he runs into the person who's like, whoa! And they're just like, God, that guy's annoying. But he just keeps showing up in every episode. That guy's always like, he's just really annoying. He's always in the way. Like, I'm sorry. But he's like also slightly perverted. Always.
Yeah, it's like the Urkel vibe.
Yeah, a little bit like Urkel.
Just like, you know what? Is Steve Urkel anime?
I think so. It's just like Corey in the house. Like sometimes shows do just become anime.
You're right. You are right. You've never been more right, actually.
Yeah.
It's just like Corey in the house.
Yeah, just like it.
Just like it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of anime,
Yeah?
there'd be a lot of advertisements in our show.
Right. Okay. I mean, that is the direction you could go.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of advertisements in our show, Honey is going to get you saving money when you shop online. And hey, maybe you're buying some anime online, getting, I don't know, Blu-rays and or other things that you would watch. Well, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but Honey is going to help you save money when you do that. Because why manually search for coupon codes and that sort of stuff? It's a thing of the past. Don't do that. Honey is a free shopping tool that scours the internet for a promo code and applies it to your cart. So no matter where you're shopping, you can simply, right before checkout, the Honey button will just pop down and will say, yo, do you want to apply coupons? And you click that and it will search for you, and then you can watch the prices drop. It works on anything from that anime to clothes to tech to cool gadgets, even pizza. You can get food with it. The last time we used it, we needed to buy some what the hell are those damn things? The XLR cables, because I realized that I had to run some cables across a room and I have nothing that long. So I bought the longest ones I could find. Some might say too long, not me though. And then boop, right down, pop-up comes right down, and then you press apply coupons. It found them. And I think the total order originally was $47 and we got it for like 32, which is, saving money is great. It's not even hard to use. It's very simple. It isn't even just on your desktop. It now works on your iPhone too. All you got to do is activate it on Safari and your phone will just save as you go. It's very simple. If you're not using Honey, you're straight up missing out. Right now, go to joinhoney.com/Cox and get PayPal Honey for free at, once again, joinhoney.com/COX. Also, today we're brought to you by Babbel. Hey, summer's almost here. We are very close to June. And if you're planning a trip abroad or planning a trip really anywhere where you might need to speak a little bit of a second language. In fact, absolutely true. This is a real story. I've been using Babbel to refreshen my Spanglish. And the other day, out in front of our office complex, so our office is both like a live and workspace. And so someone here, I don't know who, someone here has an Airbnb they rent out. And outside at the main gate, there was this family of I'm going to say 6, I guess Mexican. They spoke full Spanish. So they did not understand a word I was saying in English. And they were trying to figure out how to get into the building. And I was like, well, I can let you in, but I don't know what apartment you're in. And so I was trying to explain to them because I kept saying what apartment number, right? And I realized they didn't speak English. And the woman kept thinking number as in nombre. And so she kept saying her name to me. And I was like, no, numero, apartamento. And I'm sitting there trying to figure out how to explain it to her. And then she's like, oh, okay, so we're in apartment 2BR. And then I realized what the problem was, and I got to help them because they, on their very English Airbnb reservation, it said apartment 2BR, but that just means 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there's your problem. And so I was able to help him that way. And so we got to there because I, was using my Spanglish. And so I felt really good about that. Babbel is the language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions. And thanks to Babbel's addictively fun and easy bite-sized language lessons, it helped an idiot like me be able to communicate and help a family out. It was very sweet. With Babbel, you only need 10 minutes to complete a lesson, so you can get started with having real conversations, or at least a Jesse conversation, in as little as 3 weeks. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel has 150 language experts voiced by real native speakers, not computers, helping you out with scientifically proven effective methods. There are 14 different languages to choose from and speech recognition technology to help you improve your pronunciation and accent. It's really quite that simple. There are lessons, podcasts, games, videos, stories, live classes, and more importantly, a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your language learning journey today with Babbel. That's babbel.com/Cox. Babbel.com/Cox to save 55% off your subscription when you go one more time to babbel.com/Cox. And then we're also brought to you by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is the best way to get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip all the trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make cooking easy, fun, affordable, and done at home. It's why it's America's #1 meal kit. The best part about HelloFresh is the choice. Really, when you deal with most meal kit things, you're dealing with what they have available. HelloFresh lets you pick from 40 weekly recipes. You can choose over 100 other items to round out your order, from snacks to easy lunches to desserts to pantry necessities. Everything arrives in one box on the day of delivery that you choose. No more scouring the grocery store for that one ingredient to complete your recipe. HelloFresh takes all the hassle away. They give you everything you need, pre-portioned to make the meal the way you want, because at the end of the day, you're still making it yourself. So you get to choose what you actually put into it, but it gives you everything you would need. And you can, do a little bit less or a little bit more. If you want to add some more stuff to it, you can do whatever. HelloFresh cares about quality. They care about seasonal ingredients. They care about ripeness. And they care about getting it to you within 7 days so you know it's fresh. It's really just simple. And that's what makes it so exciting, because an idiot like me can do it. I do it all the time. So does Crendor. We've used HelloFresh way too many times to count. And every single time I'm blown away by how I'm like, wait a minute, I just made a thing that looks exactly like that image and it tastes good? How did that happen? It makes me feel like I actually can cook, which is impressive. All you got to do to get on my level of cooking is go to HelloFresh.com/Cox16 and use code Cox16, that's 16, to get free meals plus free shipping. It's simply that easy. Go to HelloFresh.com/Cox16 and use code Cox16 at checkout. HelloFresh, it's America's #1 meal kit. All right, Crendor, let's go to Let's go. Crendor, how's the traffic out there?
Oh boy, it is trafficy out here at the traffic. It looks like we got a backup on the old parking lot drive. Watch out there, some bumper action. Also looks like a lot of cars and trains, planes, boats everywhere. Everybody's getting ready for the nice weather outside, planning vacations. You gotta get there fast before other people do, because it's gonna be packed. And then you're just going to get there really upset and mad because it took so long to get there, and then you're going to ruin your entire vacation. So, just watch out. Back to you.
Thanks, Crendor. Now let's go over to Crendor at the weather desk. How's that weather?
Weather. Well, let's see. Weather request for Kagoshima, Japan. We live right by one of the most active volcanoes in the world, Sakurajima. I've lived here for almost 2 decades, and can I just say we're already planning a trip home, and I think we'll be in Chicago around live show time. I had given up on seeing a live show, so holy crap, I'm excited I might be able to go.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
hey everyone, did you know right now, what a good segue. buddy.
Yeah.
Did you know right now you can get tickets to go and see the Cox and Crendor live show August 26th in Chicago? You can get tickets right now by going to ticketweb.com. You can search Cox and Crendor at the bottom lounge there, but also, just because I loves you, down below, if you're on a podcast or wherever you're at right now, or hey, go over to Twitter. I'll put a link and pin it. Kickstand Productions website, it's ticketweb.com. Go to check it out. You can see the tickets and everything right there. Don't worry about it. Link will include the link. It's much more complicated than coxandcrendor.com. Do not go there. It still links to the last page right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try to fix that. Try to make that change. But yeah, we'll get on that. It is the bottom lounge on West Lake Street in Chicago, Illinois. So get ready. Doors at 6:30 p.m. I think we go to about 9. So hey, good news is we actually will be able to like look, I might go drink with y'all's. It's not going to be after midnight where I'm like, guys, I just want to go to bed. I just, I guess, it'll be 9 p.m. This could be fun.
Yeah.
So who knows? I'll see y'all there. This is going to be wild. Crendor, he may or may not be there. I can't promise anything.
I probably won't.
I'll get a sock puppet and make it a Crendor sock puppet. Anyway, weather. Where were we?
That's right. Weather. We have Kagoshima currently. We got 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, wait. That's Monday. Hold on. 69 degrees. Nice. Fahrenheit. Rain possible after 4 p.m. We've got a 76% on the humidity, 29.75 inches of pressure, 8 miles of visibility, 5:17 a.m. sunrise, 7:11 p.m. sunset, wind 3 miles an hour, dew point 61, UV index 4 of 10, and a moon phase of waxing crescent. Then looking at the 10-day, Monday, we have 77, considerable cloudiness. Tuesday, 79 sunny. Wednesday, 79 mostly sunny. Thursday, 79 sunny. Friday, 77 partly cloudy. Saturday, 79 partly cloudy. Sunday, 81 partly cloudy. And Monday, 83 partly cloudy.
Like this is straight up tropical looking, but
Yeah,
also cherry blossoms.
Yep. Yeah, they got
Where is this at? Well, that explains why it's tropical. It is in the southern tip of Japan.
Oh, yeah, it is. Also, I've already found an amazing thing. There you go. Yeah.
Some sort of bear-based restaurant
Yeah.
or polar bear-based restaurant,
Yeah.
which is
And they make
equally good. All the ice cream?
It's bear
don't know what that is.
faces on it.
Yeah. What's sad is out front they have 2 bear mascots. One is a bear statue that looks really cute, and one is a stuffed bear that looks so sad. So sad and decrepit, just like, bro.
Yeah, he's just like
Someone needs to clean you. What is this? What is it though? Shaved ice?
I don't know what it is. I think so. I mean, they got ice cream cones out there. It must be ice cream.
But also the healthiest pizza I've ever seen.
Yeah, it does.
Like the pizza they have there, I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's the kind you get from like Weight Watchers.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't look real. But also they have a guy who is straight up Japanese Hey Arnold there.
Oh, my God, it is.
Like, it isn't even a stretch to imagine it. It's just Hey Arnold, Japanese Hey Arnold.
It looks like 2 Hey Arnold characters molded together.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
And he's like, hey, come drink with me.
I mean, I will. I will do that.
Yeah, I would want to learn about him. Oh, my God.
I've never heard of this part of Japan before, but I guess I've never really focused on the southern island of Japan.
Yeah, they're always like Tokyo and like areas around Tokyo.
Like, I just found the Domino's pizza.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that, trying to figure out what they're serving here. Again, all the pizzas literally look like they came from it just doesn't look like any pizza I've ever seen in the history of pizzas. Again, it looks too healthy.
The McDonald's looks like McDonald's, just slightly higher quality and happier. Like they draw a little like animal face next to your Oreo McFlurry.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Some sort of care was put into it.
Yeah. What else is here? You got
Cake House Apricot? Oh my god. Oh my god.
I found Domino's. All right.
Tell me, look at the pizzas. Tell me any of those look even remotely like. Yeah, this is the very first image is the most vegetable filled pizza I've ever seen.
It really is. Yeah, wow, this looks so different.
It looks like pizza looks healthy.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Driving me crazy. Actually, that's a lie. Then you scroll down far enough and you get to those weird. You know how Domino's tries to do things other than pizza, and it's always a little gross.
Yeah,
it's one of those weird Domino's like meat sandwiches.
Yeah, stuffed with cheese.
And I'm like, okay, well they still have that crap. So
yeah, like the cheese stuffed everything.
Yeah. No thanks. I'm all right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. That is cool.
Yeah. You know what? I think I would love to go to Japan, but I need, like, we could do Cox and Crendor Japan, but we need a person.
Oh yeah, we would need somebody to help us.
Yeah. Like, if we had like a guide to take us through Japan, I'd devote a whole week to just walking around Japan. Maybe 2. I'll be like, screw it, 2 weeks. Let's go. Let's go. I'm like, guide, take us around. Where are we going? What are we doing?
Oh my god, this is a Starbucks. It doesn't even look like a Starbucks.
Yeah, look, the more you realize like what basic bitches Americans are, the more you're just like, man.
Like, look at that. Hold on. Look at that Starbucks. It looks like a house. And there's like a happy bear with a mask on. Like, hey, Starbucks.
What the hell? Why do they have a happy bear mask? Wow, it straight up looks like a haunted mansion.
It does.
Where is this star? It looks like it's a Starbucks in the hills, and I'm so impressed with it. What the shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is crazy.
What's crazy is their pastries also look like pastries that just didn't come from a wrapper.
Yeah. Wait, what the hell is this? Hold on.
They've got like little cakes and stuff.
Look at that. Is that even Starbucks? It's under Starbucks.
What the hell is
they
this?
like making the pastries or something? Like crafting them?
What? No, these are glasses. What? This is a sweatshop. What is this?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of people working.
Is this in the Maybe the Starbucks is located in a building that's made for something else. That's why it looks different.
That's what I'm thinking. Cause like that's
that
not
is
a
yeah,
Starbucks.
that is something. Hold on. There's a family gold mine. This building was originally constructed on the site offices of some sort of mine. It's hard to read. There's an inscription. So maybe it's.
There we go. They're selling those glasses, it looks like.
Wait,
they must be making glasses there.
So they're making glasses to sell. So the Starbucks gets you in, but the real business venture is these glasses.
Yeah, I think so.
Or like various
or they just
cups.
share the venue. I don't know.
Yo, I'm looking at the food that they have here.
Mm-hmm.
And they have, like, if you go to a Starbucks here in the States and you're like, I want a donut per se.
Yeah.
They have one donut. It's a vegan something donut that is in a plastic wrapper that they pull out and is like moderately fine to eat, but not good.
Yeah.
Here, they have like different cakes. I'm looking at multiple flavors of donuts, waffles, cinnamon buns. They got like hot dog things.
Yeah.
Various scones and cranberry things. The one thing they have here that's similar to the States is during the holidays we get this weird cranberry thing, and they have that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, everything else here looks like the sandwiches do not even remotely look like the way the stuff. Wild.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my god. That is cool. Well, and everything's just happier.
Yeah. I wonder what music plays. Do you think it's the same, like, sitting in my car, listening to the world pass me by? Do you think it's like that, or is it something else?
I hope it's like city pop. I think that would be perfect.
That
Starbucks.
would be pretty great. Although, I don't know why it'd be city pop. This place is in the middle of nowhere.
That's true too, yeah. It'd be a country pop.
Yeah, I want country pop.
Good old country pop.
Yeah, good old. I don't know what country pop would sound like, but I kind of want to know.
I don't either. It might actually even be a thing. Who knows?
Absolutely crazy. This whole thing is so goofy. Just, yeah, wow. Who knew?
Here, look at these.
Knew?
They even drew like happy fruit.
What's crazy to me is that they did draw on the cup they drew happy fruit. And they left little messages in Japanese, I guess, unless that's a person's name, but that seems way too long to be a name.
Yeah.
That's very cute. I can't believe we went to Japan virtually and we ended up at a Starbucks.
I mean, they're everywhere.
They are everywhere. That's true.
Well, that's the weather.
All right. Let's go to sports.
Sports. Oh boy, sports. We got a lot of sports happening. Currently in the NBA, we've got the playoffs occurring. The Eastern Conference Finals is Miami up 2-0 on Boston. Third game's tonight. And the other side, the Nuggets are up 3-0 on the Lakers. So right now it's looking like Nuggets-Lakers NBA Finals, which is what I was actually hoping for, so I hope it is. Then in hockey, we have the Vegas Golden Knights up 2-0 on the Dallas Stars, and the Carolina Hurricane are currently down 2-0 against Florida. So Florida's up 2-0 over there. Then in baseball, we got the Tampa Bay Rays in first place with the Orioles 2.5 behind. You got the Minnesota Twins in first. You got the Texas Rangers in first with the Astros 2 games behind there. Then in the NL East, you got the Braves in first. Then you got the Brewers in first with the Pirates a game behind. And you got the Dodgers in first with Diamondbacks a game and a half behind with only 114-ish games to go.
Whew. That's going to be close.
It's going to be close. We'll see. But then you get to the end of the season and people are just like, dude, we're 1 game back. If we just won that 1 game back in May, we would have made it.
You know what? It shouldn't be like that though. Just like it shouldn't be that way. We're like, if only we had done that 1 game. It shouldn't be 1 game.
Well, I mean, just win.
Yeah, maybe we should win.
Yeah, just win, idiots.
Yeah, dummies.
And that's sports.
Okay. What is our fact of the day?
Fact of the day. Okay. Let's see. How's this one? Oh God. What do we got? No, I don't like that one. I already knew that one. Hold on.
Holding.
Hold on.
Holding.
A crocodile cannot stick its tongue out.
What?
Yeah.
You know, at first I was going to say what, but then I realized I've never seen that.
Like
so not
it's
even in
really,
a cartoon, unless there's a cartoon out there where a crocodile goes like, blah, blah, blah. I've never seen that.
Yeah. Plus, like, I feel like there's no situation where it would need to, you know?
You're right. You know what? You're right.
Yeah. Like
Why would they need to
lap up water or something? It's just gonna eat. It's just like chomp. There you go.
Yeah. Why on earth would a crocodile? You know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Also, throwing in a bonus fact here.
Okay.
A jiffy is an actual unit of time.
In a jiffy? What is the unit?
It is 1/100th of a second.
Really?
Yeah. So when
Question,
they say, I'll
do you
be
think
there
it
in a
came
jiffy.
first or second? Do you think the saying came be there in a jiffy, or did people start saying be there in a jiffy because it was so quick?
I think they said it because it was so quick. It was probably a thing they had, because like everything has to have some sort of like, oh, what's 1/100th of a second? They're like, jiffy. And then somebody saw that and they'll be like, I'll be there in a jiffy then. And
I
then
think it's the
start
opposite.
Really?
I think they kept saying be there in a jiffy, and then when they started counting time in that quick of a time, someone was like, wouldn't it be funny if we call it a jiffy? Because I'm cynical. I'm a piece of shit. I think there's no way people would, they would do that because they thought it was funny, is what I think.
Yeah, I see. Well, I mean,
Either
either
way,
of us could be right.
Yeah.
And I don't care enough to research it. So
Yeah, I'm not going to look it up.
We'll just say we're both right. Oh my God, that reminds me of the voice contest thing. They were just like, by the way, there's no losers here. Everybody's winners. And I was like, yeah, but you're picking 3 winners.
Yeah, 3 people
You
are actually
can't
going to
say that.
maybe get a job off of this. Yeah.
Yeah, you can, but everybody here's a winner. It's like, well, that's not true.
Yeah, okay.
They just say that. Anyway, that's your random fact of the day.
All right, well, what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Florida man is back. And Florida man makes big splash by setting record for living underwater.
Interesting. What is, okay, you know what? I'm going to let you just tell the story.
Joseph Ditiri plans to stay at a lodge for deep-sea divers until June 9th, which would be 100 days underwater.
Wow.
A university professor broke a record for the longest time living underwater without depressurization this week at a Florida Keys lodge for scuba divers. Joseph Ditiri's 74th day residing in Jules Undersea Lodge, situated at the bottom of a 30-foot deep lagoon in Key Largo, wasn't much different than his previous days there since he submerged March 1st. Ditiri, who also goes by the moniker Dr. Deep Sea, ate a
Well, of course he does. Yeah.
ate a protein-heavy meal of eggs and salmon prepared using a microwave, exercised with resistance bands, did his daily push-ups, and took an hour-long nap. Unlike a submarine, the lodge does not use technology to adjust for the increased underwater pressure. The previous record of 73 days, 2 hours, and 34 minutes was set by two Tennessee professors, Bruce Cantrell and Jessica Fain, at the same location in 2014. But Dituri isn't just settling for the record and resurfacing. He plans to stay at the lodge until June 9th when he reaches 100 days and completes an underwater mission dubbed Project Neptune 100. His research includes daily experiments in physiology to monitor how the human body responds to long-term exposure to extreme pressure. Quote, "The idea here is to populate the world's oceans, to take care of them by living in them and really treating them well." The outreach portion of Ditiri's mission includes conducting online classes and broadcasting interviews from his digital studio beneath the sea. During the past 74 days, he has reached over 2,500 students through the online class in marine science and more with his regular biomedical engineering courses at the University of South Florida. While he says he loves living under the ocean, there's one thing he really misses. Quote, "The thing I miss most about being on the surface is literally the sun. The sun has been a major factor in my life. I usually go to the gym at 5, then I come back out and watch the sunrise. The record is a small bump, and I really appreciate it," said Dituri. "I'm honored to have it, but we will have more science to do."
So I think that's really neat, but I'm messed up with the fact that I watched an interview where someone, it might have been one of those people you mentioned, was underwater in one of those deep sea kind of deals. Yeah. And he was like, look, it's fine, except when you have to go to the bathroom at night. So at night, you don't go, he's like, you don't go to the bathroom in the same thing that you stay in. You have to put on gear, leave the habitat, walk to a different area underwater on the seafloor, walk to a different area, go up into this thing where you can breathe, and then you like poop into the ocean. And they're like, and he was like, yeah. So one time I was there, and little fish are, when you go to the bathroom, little fish start picking at your butt. And I'm like, I don't know, I like that. And he's like, I look out the window and I see a giant eye. And I was like, I don't know, I like that. I could not do that. I couldn't. Yeah. Once I managed to get into that underwater sort of containment area, the hotel or whatever it is, I would stay in there, and you couldn't get me to leave until it was time to go home.
I would not partake in any of this. I don't want to be underwater.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, little fish come up and just nibble at your butt. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm all right. I like being able to see the sun. I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, that's more of a wholesome Florida man story instead of a crazy one. So that's nice.
He could go crazy. There's still time. He still has a few days.
He could go crazy. We'll see.
Fingers crossed. All right. Well, that is it for us. Thanks so much for listening or watching. However you're enjoying this podcast, Crendor, hit him with the socials.
Socials, we got a lot of them. YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast. All one word is where you can find all the podcasts on YouTube. Hit the bell to subscribe and like and comment and whatever. Leave weather requests. And we got all the podcasts up there. You can listen to all of them if you want. They're sorted by year. Also, you go to youtube.com/Cox and Crendor for all the animations. You can also find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, everywhere almost. Then you can find us on our main things, youtube.com Jesse Cox, youtube.com/Crendor, Twitter Jesse Cox, Twitter Crendor, Twitch TV Jesse Cox, Twitch TV Crendor, Facebook Jesse Cox, Facebook Crendor, It's Twitter, Instagram, or Twitter, Jesse Cox, Twitter, Crendor, Instagram, Notorious Cox, Instagram, Crendor was taken. TikTok, Jesse Cox, TikTok, Crendor. The YouTube, Warhammer Crendor, YouTube Cox Clips, YouTube Cren Clips. Yeah.
All right. That's it. We'll see y'all next time. And as always,
Shake the rhino.
To be continued.